Welcome to Hispanic Biz-Success Stories. I'm Homero Galicia. We interview successful Hispanic entrepreneurs who built wonderful, beautiful businesses. We're continuing our discussion today with a wonderful gentleman, Mr. Armando Reyes, who formed King's Air in 1980. Mr. Reyes, we appreciate your story. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me, sir.
By all means. Now, you started the business in 1980 after you had worked for about 12 years with different,
about
learning the business
exactly
of refrigeration,
mm-hmm.
and you started doing replacements.
Yes, sir.
Replacing air conditioners.
Evaporative coolers mainly. Was still a lot of evaporative cooler replacements in dire need.
And you were doing this by yourself with your father's.
My dad, yes.
And so how did you? I mean, you knew the business, but you didn't know business, right?
That's true. That's very true. And that's the key word that you just used. You know, I knew the business, but I didn't know the business or whatever. But the administration part of it, like they say, you know, we kept our books, never cheated anybody out of it. My wife was the bookkeeper, and now she's the accountant. Okay. But still, we started advertising. And those ads were expensive in the newspaper. But you know what? That's what people need to remember. If you don't advertise, there's so much word of mouth that can go out there. If you don't advertise, you're not going to take it to the other level at all. Whether it's yellow pages, business cards, do your own knocking on the door, cold calls per se, putting a business card, or door hangers. But, you know, once you go there and do some TV and what have yous, it really will help you move along. But when you're small, no matter what, you still need to get yourself in the yellow pages. Social media was not even available at all. Facebook, my God, all this, all that, you know, Twitter. None of that stuff was available. Thank goodness, handheld, had radios. There were no cell phones still. Yeah. It's just amazing, you know. But it took time to build it up.
So how long was it before you started hiring employees?
Okay, really and truly, it took about 2 years. I finally said, my goodness, I can't handle this. Oh, maybe 2 years. I'm going to share something with you real quick. The first year I was in business, I'm not going to tell you the other one. The first year I was in business, I and my dad and I, and my wife Helen, generated $25,000 that first year, from April to December.
Was that good?
Not really, but still, it paid the bills, and I still did not have a place to work out of. I did not work out of my house. Just the phone rang at the house. So I already had a little overhead. I rented a space there on Tony Lama where they have those little storages. I rented a space there. I had my little sheet metal brake, little lock former. Those the two basic things that you needed so you could fabricate sheet metal. And I had my tools, put the stuff together and my drills, but I worked out of there. My wife would not allow me to work out of the house. And that's okay. I don't have any regrets, because I would have been making too much noise when you're banging sheet metal. They'd have run me out of there. I never was a believer of working out of the house.
So you wanted to grow, though?
Pardon me? I wanted to grow, yes. From there, we moved over to a bigger location, and it's another garage on Dale Road. And by that time, I already had something like 5, 6, 7 employees, and it just started turning. You know, Homero, it's just, I knew people that were hard workers. My brother Joe also joined me, and because his work terminated over there at the other place that I had left, D&L Plumbing, and my brother Joe came on board, and Juan Diaz. I remember those guys, and they were all knowledgeable, and they were all good people. You know, hiring family sometimes has its pros and its cons, you know, but I have hired family. They work with me. Some of it worked, some of it didn't work. But like I say.
So did you need the capital to grow your business?
Oh, yes. Yeah, and there's the other thing. You asked me if I was saving money. Well, our bank account started building up real slowly. And I would look at that bank account, my God, I got $6,000. I got $4,000. I could pay my bills. I could do this. And even though there were a couple of outfits that gave me credit, except for that one that turned me down. I never went knocking on their door. But it just took some time. You literally have to go out there and apply for credit and have some sort of documentation that you've got something in the bank. It's just a little Mickey Mouse. That's the part I didn't know. I was not good at that. I went through the SBA, and you're still jittery. You're still, my God, it might be, can I pay back $16,000? You're still like this, you know. Well, I went to the SBA. The SBA, and I wrote down $16,000. I mean, I wish I could remember the gentleman that helped me so much, but it's been quite a few years. Anyway, I remember when I was signing for the $16,000, the lawyer that brought the documents that worked for the SBA, he said, Mr. Reyes, are you sure that's all you want? I can let you have $300,000. That was far-fetched. That was no way. No way. No way was I going to borrow $300,000. And you know, what would I knew I could have used it. Then I did have my regrets 2 years down the line or something, because those $16,000 vanished quick. Bought the truck, 2 little trucks, but we still paid our bills, paying the SBA back, everything. But I'll tell you, those $300,000 would have helped me so much. Again, I did not even have a plan. I did not have a plan, and that is what any small business needs to do. Have that little plan. No business. No, go to the community college or wherever. There's all kinds of little seminars that show you how to do it. I wish I would have gone there.
So you were replacing air conditioners,
Evaporative coolers.
and you grew to 5 employees or more.
Yes, sir.
And did the industry change on you?
The industry changed on me in the sense that I started getting more commercial work. Shopping centers started to pop up. I had a gentleman that worked for, I'm going to tell you his name. You know, he worked for Jerry Rubin. And Jerry Rubin helped me a lot. Owner of Helen and Troy. I was in a restaurant that I had to go to the west side, and now I know that he's got his own personal chef. See if he remembers this little thing. He would go in there, and I was there already drinking some coffee, waiting for somebody else, and I saw Jerry walk in, and he would just barely say hi, because he was a quiet man, you know, barely say hi, and believe it or not, you know, like that old Chicano way doing. You know, I'll buy you a beer at the bar, and nobody knew who sent it to you, and the bartender said, oh, he sent it to you. Not the girls, the guys, you know. I bought him his little breakfast. He came in and ordered a little cinnamon roll and coffee, and I bought it for him. And I still, Homero, I'm telling you, he turned around and looked at me, and he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that I had bought him a little breakfast. Well, he was building those shopping centers on Mesa. His right-hand man, Leroy Hess, was a wonderful man. I guess he turned around and told, but he already knew me. Jerry knew me that I was doing a little bit of his work. And he told Leroy Hess, don't call anybody else but King's here. Wow. Opened that door, he made me so. I probably made $1 million off of him that year. It's amazing.
Really?
I'm serious.
Act of kindness.
That's the way I am. You know, I don't care if I buy you a breakfast or whatever, you know. It's just normal, you know. I thought, this man's giving me work. Whether he'll remember me or not, I don't know. But I'm going to buy him a little breakfast. And I bought him a little breakfast.
So you got into more commercial?
Absolutely, man. Just shot, man. And pow, pow, pow,
And you had to hire more people.
Oh, of course.
How big did you grow?
I probably had about 20 employees.
Wow.
You know, and you know, it was stressful in a sense, but everybody did their job. You know, I was still pulling service, do a little bit of service here, and you know, Homero, I can remember the years. My mind's not that hot, but I remember Jerry helped me a lot. He helped me so much that he had so much influence at Texas Commerce Bank, and Robin Thigpen was one of the ladies there, and because I talked to Leroy and I told him, Leroy, do you think I can get some money from, you know, I wasn't even going to the SBA. You know, you think I can get me a loan at Texas Commerce Bank? And Leroy says, bring your financials, and we'll give them to Jerry. And Jerry could look at it. He was a board member. Before I knew it, I had Robin Thigpen calling me. Here's 300,000. Bought my property, made the building. I was a general contractor. It just, the good Lord helped me.
This is your property on Kessler, where
Yes,
your
sir.
office is now?
Yes, sir.
Wow, you had to have more space.
We've got such a beautiful facility. Elena and Jose have just remodeled so nice and pretty. It's just wonderful.
Your daughter, Elena Villa.
Elena Villa.
Now she runs the business.
Yes, and Jose. Jose is the chief financial officer.
Wow.
As her husband.
Wow.
You know,
So,
I'm happy for them.
so here you are. How long did it take you to build a business? You built your business. You built your business. Your building, but how long did it take you to where you knew you had a business?
Oh. And I'll be honest with you, you know, I ended up getting a contract in Fort Bliss in 1999. We were there for 15 years, and we delivered also. The money was outstanding, everything, you know. We always delivered on time. By 1999, which is halfway of my career, of the 34 years that we had it, that Helen and I, Elena, my wife, had it, you know. That was about halfway down the middle, 15, 16 years ago, you know, after all this. And we, you know, the mistakes, we, you know, yes, mistakes in hiring, and everybody's going to go through them. You know, mistakes in hiring, wrong people, you know. But I would rather talk about the good things. Well, let me back up to this wrong people thing. You know, you give them a position, and they really don't pull through. They don't deliver what they said they were going to do in a supervisory level, you know, or with responsibility. So they don't pull through. But I'd rather talk about where when you hire the right person, it might take a little while, but they deliver. My brother-in-law, I have a brother-in-law, Carlos Rosales. He's in charge of the install type, the conversions. That guy's so knowledgeable, and I know he's helped me a lot. He's a hard worker, and you know, you have to talk to him and get him flowing. But you know, you talk about family, and watch out, man. You know, someone will try to take advantage of you, and someone won't. Carlos is straight. He doesn't take advantage of me.
So as your business grew, you weren't able, I'm assuming you weren't able to do installs anymore.
No. Well, you know, it got divided into segments. The service department, great service department. We probably had the biggest service department in El Paso, about probably close to 20 trucks. Wow. All those kids are intense.